Thank you very much for hosting us. Thank you for the generosity and thank you for the activism, Anna. Uh, uh, I thought speaking about peace is easy. Actually, it's very difficult. It's very difficult because me and my colleagues are facing a reality where peacemakers are labeled as traitors or normalizers or even naive or stupid. But if this, what peace means, we are the most stupid, naive, normalizer people on earth. Because all what we do is just to try to save people's life and secure people's future. And before telling you crazy things about and crazy statements, let me take you back to a very short journey. 1948, Israel was established as a political identity for Jewish people. That year, my father has become a refugee. My family has lost their home. 1982, my mother went to the Israeli prison for the first time in her life. I was 10 years old. And I saw her when she was beaten in front of my eyes as a 10 years old child. 1987, the first Palestinian Intifada started with massive actions against Israel by the Palestinian people to end the Israeli occupation. And as a child of my mother, who was a leader of PLO very close to Arafat, I end up being in the street throwing stones on Israeli soldiers, raising my voice that I deserve to be heard and I deserve to be free. And after my mother was arrested for another 3 times, we both end up in prison in 1990. I was serving 10 years in prison, she was serving 7 years. And after 3 years of asking my jailers to take me to visit my mother in her other prison, where they always refused, we have decided to go for a hunger strike to see each other. 17 days of starvation to see and just to see my mother. I was facing death every day. But what was holding me together is the moral cause that I wanted to achieve. And I'm not talking about land, I'm not talking about freedom, I'm talking about my mother, just to hug my mother. I was ready to die for it. And then I succeed, and that was my first lesson in nonviolence. Shortly, we were released together after 4 years, and after the failure of Oslo peace process, the second intifada started. My brother was very violently killed by Israeli soldiers. And even though we are considered as leaders of the uprising in our community, my mother did a very strange, weird step. She hosted Israeli bereaved families in my home for the first time. And that was really shocking to me. It was shocking from different angles. One, that group of Israeli parents who have lost someone in the conflict wanted to visit us and pay condolences and stand for us and with us. This doesn't exist in my reality. Number two, they called us to come to my home. Israelis doesn't call when they come to my home. They just come to arrest, to destroy, to humiliate. Those cannot be Israelis. And finally, having Israelis and having Israeli Jew sitting in my home with respect with tears in their eyes, that was unbelievable. I grow up, and our kids growing up in that reality where the other side is just a devil, and it's so easy to label the other side. But to see a Jew crying with respect, with pain, and to recognize that we are not the only victims in this conflict, our enemies are victims as well, that was like a huge transformation. And since then, my life has changed. To come and to stand here and to tell you few facts. One, we have to remind you that the conflict didn't start from the 7th of October. All the attention, all the focus is on that. Hamas was not founded on the 7th of October. Hamas was founded in 1987. But before that, there was no Hamas. So we are stuck with judging and following events because we are avoiding to deal with the heart of the problem. The heart of the problem based in two facts and two tasks that each side of us has to do. First, we Palestinians has to do a very courageous step to recognize the legitimate existence of the Jewish people to the same land that we call home. We have to recognize that legitimacy. On the other hand, thank you, no need. On the other hand, Israel and Israelis and Jewish people in general has to decide today, are you controlling Palestinians for the sake of security, or you occupying Palestinian land for the implementation of Zionist ideology? Because if it's for security, it's also our responsibility as Palestinians to secure Israelis. It's our responsibility as well. But if it's just for ideology, there is no role for us. So anyone can rule us with the most radical, fanatic act. We are here to tell the truth. The truth is, and I'll be very short, that these two conflicted identities will keep thriving. These two conflicted, divided people will keep resisting to save and to secure their belonging and their existence to that land on any price. So there is one fact that we are calling you to be part of our framework. Our framework and our vision is to create an environment where these two legitimate identities can be practiced within a political framework that can guarantee the best dignified, secure, free life for both sides. Thank you.